Hello everyone, this is Fantasy-esque, and welcome back to Season 2 of Royal Clan in ClanGen, the Warrior Cats clan generated game. When we left off in the previous episode, a lot of things happened. Namely, we had a litter of 3 royal kittens, and I say had, but actually we were picking up the moon after our litter was born because I got a little bit too excited and I wanted to nudge the story ahead. And we had 3 little boys who were playing outside the nursery, and now that I'm thinking about it, doesn't Lion Kit resemble Shining Stripe a lot? And then the youngest kitten, Scorch Kit, who's like the black kitten, he resembles Bear Pelt, and it's kind of cool because it feels like now Bear Pelt has that dynamic with his children that he has with his own brother. It's wonderful. Their family is just wonderful. Aside from that, we had a warrior ceremony for one of our apprentices, Fierce Paw, who aged up into Fierce Tooth. She's in the clearing with Inkfeather. And then we had Flower, who was found outside and elevated from a servant rank to nobility. And so she is right outside the medicine cat den, hanging out with Quill Runner, who she's been paired up with, and they've kind of been getting along quite well. So yeah, a lot of things ended up happening, and this time around we are continuing with their stories to see what else they get up to. So it is the final turn of a New Leaf. I'm a little bit sad that we're going through this season so quickly, but Leaf Bear and New Leaf are my favorite seasons in the grotto. And it is Moon 110, so jumping onto the leader's den, it seems as though we have all of our allies, and I guess Queen Rainstar and her right hand Hemlock, who's recovering from birth, are sick right now, so the royal physician Flower is the one kind of handling the clan. And in terms of events, let's have a look. Icicle Spec travels to Snowy Clan to resolve some recent hunting disputes. The meeting goes better than expected, and Icicle Spec returns with a plan to solve the issue for good. Inkfeather has gotten a stomachache. Foxclaw's nose has finally stopped running. Garlic Glow's stomachache has left. Rainstar, Queen Rainstar, brings herself to the medicine cat den. Concerned her running nose only seems to be getting worse. This is actually the first time I think I have seen a cat with a running nose end up having it progress to, I think she has a white cough now, so that's drastic and surprising. And then Cinnamon Tail found a patch of flowering catmint, and I got really excited here because I thought, wait, no, I mean Cinnamon Tail already has an accessory, but still my brain lagged a bit and I was like, accessory, and then no one else is around, so he bends down and takes a big bite. Youch, a bee. He comes home with a swollen face. Yeah, instead he got a bee sting. Not an accessory, a bee sting. I almost thought maybe he's coming home with a catmint and, he's gonna gift it to some other cat to wear in their pelt, but no. They only eat the catmint, and then they get stung by bees that hide in the catmint. So that's the experience about cats right now. It seems as though we're having some sickness, some bee stings. Let's take a look at, let's see. Yeah, a lot of our cats are not doing so well. Rainstar, we know, has, I think, white cough. Hemlock is recovering from birth. Flare Freckle, do you have a stomachache? Or was it River Whistle? Let's go to the medicine cat den and get some answers. So, River Whistle has, oh, that's right, sorry, the dislocated joint, I forgot. Yeah. Oh, and then Flare Freckle, sorry, has the rat bite and the running nose, and rat bites can be very dangerous. White cough can also be very dangerous. Aside from that, Inkfeather has a stomachache, and yeah, Cinnamon Tail has a bee sting, but he can still take his swollen face and go out on patrol, so, cheers to him for that. Let's look at our logs. Flare Freckle was given Poppy as treatment for running nose. Flare Freckle was given Cobwebs as treatment for rat bite. Foxclaw was given Poppy as treatment for running nose. Hold on. And then her running nose finally stopped. Garlic Glow was given Mallow as treatment for stomachache. Her stomachache left. Rainstar was given Poppy as treatment for running nose. River Whistle was given Marigold as treatment for the dislocated joint. Hemlock was given Moss as treatment for recovering from birth. And Flower gathered Horsetail this moon, which is just wonderful. Now let's go ahead and take a look at our relationships. Foxclaw panics over something that Icicle Spec finds trivial. Icicle Spec gets a bunch of cats up for morning stretches. They don't like it. Icicle Spec is always happy to be around Fierce Tooth. Shining Stripe and River Whistle fill a puddle in the camp with sand together. Shining Stripe had a disagreement with Foxclaw about something or other. Shining Stripe says something vulnerable to his younger sister Flare Freckle. Ghost Feather and Flare Freckle have a misunderstanding that makes them grumpy for the rest of the day. Oh, that's not good. I mean, Ghost Feather, he has that, crush on Flare Freckle he's had for a long time. Flare Freckle hates him, but also has become recently attracted to him. And it seems as though, despite the attraction, they're still having, these misunderstandings between them. Lion Kit brings Bear Pelt herbs from the medicine den for a headache. Oh, I can see why Lion Kit is Bear Pelt's, favorite sign. That's just too cute. Bear Pelt depends on Scorch Kit to back him up during a debate. It's kind of nice to see Bear Pelt actually being a present father, as opposed to Shining Stripe, who is the more morally upright cat, but I feel like he actually has a very distant relationship with his daughter. I've barely seen them interact, maybe once, but already it feels like Bear Pelt, despite the fact that he's not the most, model citizen and is not as morally upright as his brother is, he is still very playful and present with his kids. I love that. Inkfeather and Flare Freckle find a hidden part of the territory and keep it a secret together. The clan watches Inkfeather and Cinnamon Tail slowly lose their patience with one another. Quill Runner spends some time sheltering with Hemlock during a storm. Quill Runner tells his clanmates that something's off about his cousin Lion Kit. That's your younger cousin, you should be talking like that about him. Foxclaw watches Scorch Kit wind up for his sneeze, but it never happens. Fierce Tooth thinks that Foxclaw isn't so bad after all. Okay, that's kind of cool. Ghost Feather was convinced that Quill Runner was lying about something, but Quill Runner wasn't. Ghost Feather gets a bunch of cats up for morning stretches, they don't like it. Ghost Feather and Fierce Tooth have an argument about who should get a pretty feather and end up destroying it in their fight. Oh my goodness, the fact that this is continuing into Fierce Tooth's adulthood. Scorch Kit motivated Freeze Fur to get out of his nest this morning. Freeze Fur and Fierce Tooth giggle over something silly. Garlic Glow sees Quill Runner put something back where it belongs. Garlic Glow and Quill Runner sincerely apologize to one another. Garlic Glow lets Queen Rainstar know that a clanmate was talking badly about her. Queen Rainstar asks her daughter Fierce Tooth to watch her fresh kills so she can go to the dirt place. Queen Rainstar sneaks out at night to sleep in Shining Stripe's nest. Okay, so their relationship is going very well. Flower thinks Queen Rainstar has interesting things to talk about, which is wonderful because she is in the Queen's court. So, oh, did I check? I don't think I checked Flower's. Hold on a second, guys. I don't think I checked Flower's loyalty. That's my bad. We need to check Flower's loyalty because I don't think I did that when we brought her in the last episode. I only checked for the new warrior, Fierce Tooth. Oh, I need to look at that. But it's good that she's getting along well with the Queen because, she's in the Queen's court. Cinnamon Tail is building up Flower's confidence. Cinnamon Tail and Flare Freckle heckled another clan at the gathering together. River Whistle agrees with everything that Icicle Speck says to avoid an argument. River Whistle thinks Ghost Feather is really charming. Okay. Garlic Glow admits that Hemlock did something clever. Fierce Tooth thinks that Flower looks nice today. Lion Kit and Quill Runner notice a cloud is shaped like a bird, so these two cousins are spending time together. Lotus Kit is pretending to be Cinnamon Tail, and Scorch Kit thought his older brother, Lion Kit, was very polite today, which is very good. We were just talking about you two being literally the younger versions of Shining Stripe and Bear Pelt. I love it, but the personalities seem a bit swapped. But okay, that is all we have for events. Let us wrap up over here and move on to the cat list. Okay, it is time for us to continue with the cat list. So an update on our loyalties, because I forgot to check to see which way Flower was politically inclined, but I don't think we missed out on much because she is actually one of the anti-loyalists. So, we didn't miss out on a highlight when we were supposed to have one. So yeah, she is an anti-loyalist. So she was kind of in the right category in the last episode too. Yeah. She gets along with Rainstar, but apparently not well enough. So that's fine. And I mean, I can kind of see why Flower might be a little bit hesitant about the whole idea of the grotto because she didn't have access to this initially. She was made into a member of Servant Clan, and then, under very special circumstances, she was kind of called in. Not only that, but her life here is very tenuous until she has a litter of her own. So even though she has seen 2 females before her from the same kind of background have success, and I suppose 3 if you count Garlic Glow, she would still be a little bit worried. There is that. Let's see. In terms of relationships, there were 3 things I noticed. So the first one was with Icicle Spec. He has actually had a romance lost with Quilrunner because they did break up in the last episode, so that Quilrunner could be paired up with Flower, but he is still in love with Quilrunner. Yeah, he's still in love with Quilrunner. And I suppose with everything that's happened, them not being together is not as damning as you would have figured, but as one would have thought. But yeah, we'll have to see if they do anything with that, if they rekindle it, because it's not... I feel like the way romance is in Royal Clan right now in the Grotto is very different to how it was when we started the season. Even in last season, where typically being mated to someone or breaking off a relationship means that, that's it. It's probably nothing's gonna happen there. But now with the cats, having multiple mates in some cases, kind of looking outside of the relationship, even if they are mated, having multiple loves, it's a little bit wild, so there's no guarantee that this is gonna even pose a problem. But definitely the feelings they've taken a hit. They've taken a hit to their feelings. The next cat I noticed things with was Quilrunner. Just like Icicle Spec, he has had a romance lost with Icicle Spec, but he's still in love with him. So his feelings, I wasn't surprised by this, mainly Icicle Spec side, because I know Quilrunner had max love, so it kind of makes sense that he would still be clinging to Icicle Spec, even though, there is no relationship between them anymore. And I could also see him holding out hope that they can still pursue something, even if he is with Flower, or if he breaks up with Flower in the future, because Icicle Spec could have 2 mates, so why can't he, And then, finally, the thing that surprised me was with River Whistle, who still has his dislocated joint, but River Whistle, guys, has a new romance with Ghost Feather. River Whistle, who up until this point has not kind of looked at any other cat in that way. The first cat that he's showing interest in is Ghost Feather. And what was it that he had this episode? So he was thinking that Ghost Feather is really charming, which is quite nice, especially because recently we've been seeing quite a lot of the older cats. They have been starting to hate Ghost Feather, which I feel is so unfortunate. And then we know Ghost Feather hates Fierce Tooth, who is River Whistle's apprentice. So it's kind of nice that at least River Whistle has a good opinion of Ghost Feather and someone has a good opinion of him, and they can see his charm beneath his free spirit. But okay, that is all we have with relationships. Let's go to Icicle Spec and see if we can get a nice matchmaking session between Flower and Quilrunner. Okay, so comfort, platonic like has increased, dislike and jealousy has decreased. They had a good impression of each other in the last episode. They're taking a step back. Maybe Flower is not the type to kind of rush things, get too far ahead of herself. She likes to kind of, tap the water and then step back and watch it ripple. So yeah, she's kind of observing him from a bit of a distance. And Quilrunner, I think Quilrunner this time around is feeling a bit more distracted by the fact that Icicle Spec, I know it was the same last episode, but last episode things happened so quickly, they kind of knew the whole purpose of it, and Flower was here, so them having to cater to Flower. But now that they've had a moon to kind of settle in, Quilrunner is maybe he's kind of feeling a little bit strange about Icicle Spec being the one to mediate over this, or matchmake them, because he knows that Icicle Spec is still in love with him. He knows he's still in love with Icicle Spec, even though their feelings have taken a bit of a hit. So yeah, they've got stuff on their mind right now, I think. Okay, well, let's go ahead and see what everyone is doing for the day. Queen Rainstar is looking forward to finding more prey as the snow melts. Hemlock is amused by the antics of the younger cats. Flower got startled by a squirrel. Icicle Speck roused the other cats awake at dawn. Inkfeather saw a kitty pet with no fur at all. Shining Stripe tries to set a good example for younger cats. Flare Freckle enjoys the warmth of New Leaf. Bear Pelt tries to set a good example for younger cats. Hold on. So, Bear Pelt and Shining Stripe are hanging out together. You know, I love it when we talk about certain cats and then the cats actually end up doing, like, by coincidence, they end up doing a lot within the episode, or they end up kind of engaging with each other in the episode. We were talking about Bear Pelt and Shining Stripe, and it makes me so happy to see this with the two of them hanging out together, trying to be a good example to Bear Pelt's children. Cool Runner is determined to protect his loved ones. Ghost Feather enjoys the warmth of New Leaf. Okay, Ghost Feather is spending time with Flare Freckle. Also, I keep forgetting about this, but Ghost Feather, he was actually mentored by Flare Freckle, wasn't he? Oh, wow. Maybe that's why Flare Freckle never looked at him seriously in terms of a romantic interest, because she's kind of used to him being her apprentice. But he grew up and he started seeing Flare Freckle differently. Oh, I forgot about that. My goodness. There were layers we were missing out on. I kind of love the pace at which we play, though, because like we go through so much time with the cats and so many things change within their relationships with one another. So many things change within the story, and the things like this, so much happens in their lives that we forget certain parts of their lives, you know? Like this wasn't at the forefront of my mind. Huh. Interesting. But I like that they're spending time together. They were having a bit of a spat, so maybe this is going to help resolve some of that. Foxclaw saw a yappy little dog today. Freezefur is conducting a rather rigorous training session for the younger warriors. River Whistle pretends to be busy. Cinnamon Tail brags about how much prey he caught this week. Fierce Tooth is looking forward to finding more prey as the snow melts. Garlic Glow is humming a tune she heard near a two-leg place. Lion Kit is daydreaming. Lotus Kit is giving some advice to Scorch Kit. Oh, that's adorable. And Scorch Kit is asking the older cats how kittens are made. Oh, you're too cute. You are too cute. Okay, well, that is all we have for the cats. And guys, just really quickly, something that crossed my mind is once Flower and Quill Runner have their litter, we're actually gonna be at like the clan capacity, which means we won't need to breed anymore. Like this is the ideal, 20 is the ideal clan size we're going for. So if they have just one kitten, it'll be the perfect clan size. If they have more than one, I mean, hey, I'm happy for that. Because really, I keep the range between 20 to 25. And I breed within very specific like limitations so that we never exceed 25. Basically, we have to have, if we have to bring in an outsider, we can only breed if we have 18 members in the clan, because when we pull an outsider in, it's 19 cats, and then if they have minimum one kitten, it makes 20. And if they have 6 kittens, which is the max, they have 25. So that's kind of a threshold. So after this litter they have, we'll essentially have the perfect clan size. We won't need to breed anymore. And then after that, we will have to basically have cats like pass away, either from old age or accidents, and make room in the clan for us to continue breeding. But you know, that's kind of the perfect situation we want to be in, because then we won't freak out about having to build up numbers. So we actually did so well in season 2. We did so well, guys. I have high hopes that we'll be able to reach perfect clan size before we end the season, but I'm really proud of ourselves. Especially because season 1 ended in a very scary and drastic situation. Like, Freezefur was the only kitten we had when season 1 ended, and we had no females that we could breed. Within the clan and outside of the clan, we had no female servants. But look at the state we're in now. We have like an almost, full clan. We have all of these servants of like both male and females, so it's kind of perfect. gender-wise, so things are looking like really, really great for us. But okay, let us wrap up over here and move on to patrols. And guys, it doesn't escape me that all the cats who are kind of breeding this, this season, they're kind of Flare Freckles' family, weren't they? I mean, the 2 litters we had were from both her brothers, and now her son is paired up, and we're hoping to have a litter from him. So I think Vonell was pointing out in one of the earlier episodes of this season that Flare Freckle is kind of, it almost feels like she's like the cat, the cat with like the important family members, the ones who we are most probably attached to, and it definitely feels like main character family vibes, because literally this season all of the bloodlines that are expanding are like from her family, so that's kind of cool. That's definitely cool. But okay, let's continue with patrols. We currently have 92.4 prey and we need 45.5. We're going to send out our Royal Physician Flower first off. Let's see what she gets up to. While searching for some specific herbs, Flower is startled by weird sounds and whispers on the wind. Proceed. Oh my goodness. Sure that it's a sign from Star Clan, Flower follows the faint wailing. Instead, she finds a queen who lost their life in a harsh kidding, their newborn kids clinging to a body that will never move again. Flower instantly wraps herself around the kids and starts thinking about what she'll need to do to move them to camp. Oh my goodness. 5 kids? 5 kids? Okay, hold on a second. Branch Spot's ghost now wanders. Syndicate joined the clan. Plume Kit joined the clan. Swan Kit joined the clan. Snapdragon Kit joined the clan. Rift Kit joined the clan. Your clan's reputation towards outsiders has improved. So we have so many members of Servant Clan. Okay, let's take a look at all of these members of Servant Clan. So this is Syndicate, a female, charming female with gold eyes and a Sokoke pelt. Plume Kit, who I think we'll change the name of. Let's see. Rootkit? No. What do I want? Branch Kit? Maybe not. Oh, I don't know. Wolverine Kit seems cute. Wolverine Kit, bossy male with sage eyes, a speckled pelt. Swan Kit, an unruly female with gold eyes and a masked pelt. Snapdragon Kit, your name is pretty complicated, little one. Let's see. A Minnow Kit? That's kind of cute. Minnow Kit, a fearless female with gold eyes and a tawny pelt. We have a Rift Kit, a shy male with gold eyes and a speckled pelt. So yeah, all of these kits, they are going to be sent off to Servant Clan and raised by the cats there. So let's go ahead and send them off. Wolverine Kit, Swan Kit, let's see, Minnow Kit, and finally, Rift Kit. And they have some interesting genetics as well. Some interesting genetics. So okay, let's now continue with the rest of our patrols. We're going to have a patrol of 6 and a patrol of 3. So first up we have Ink Feather, Quill Runner, Foxclaw, Fierce Tooth, Shining Stripe, and Freeze Fur. So let's see what they get up to. The patrol comes across a small dog right on the border of Royal Clan territory. I think we should be fine. The small dog is not really that dangerous, I say. The dog gets a lucky hit in on Quill Runner. Though together all the cats are still able to drive it off successfully. Quill Runner got a bite wound. They can't die from bite wounds, can they? I mean, it was from a little dog. Oh no. Quill Runner! I don't know how dangerous the bite wounds are. Because if it was from a big dog, then I would think, or if it was from like a fox or something, I would think that maybe they can, die from that. But then again, like the rat bites are dangerous because you can get poisoned. So I don't know, maybe this bite wound would be just as dangerous. But no, Quill Runner! And the fact that he was determined to protect his loved ones, he probably threw himself like right in there, and the dog got a lucky bite on him. Quill Runner, no, you can't do this. You can't do this to Flower and your family. You have to be okay. And then we have our patrol of 3 with Ghost Feather, Cinnamon Tail, and Bear Pelt. So let's see what they get up to. Oh my goodness, what's up with the dogs in the territory of late? The patrol tracks the scent of a large dog wandering along the edge of the clan's territory. Proceed. The patrol tries bravely to lead the dog away from Royal Clan borders, but with so few cats, it's impossible to cover each other's backs. Ghostfella gets caught while running, and it's all the rest of the patrol can do to distract the dog long enough to get Ghostfella to safety. And now Ghostfella has a broken bone? Oh, guys. I know the broken bones can be dangerous. You can definitely die from that. Oh, no. So Ghostfella and Quill Runner both got caught by dogs out in patrol, and now we don't know what kind of fates they're gonna have. Oh, that's terrible. That's like a punch in the gut. I was just talking about, oh, Quill Runner's gonna have the final litter. We're gonna need some deaths to grow the clan some more, but no, because we're gonna need room. No, this is not what I meant. I'm not ready to lose Quill Runner or Ghostfella. No, thank you. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, guys. Sometimes you think to yourself, if it has to be a cat, please be one of the older cats. Please be one of the older cats. But life is not always fair. And I find that more often than not, life loves going for the young cats with, still many moons ahead of them. Cats that have yet to have their own litters and families. Cats that are filled with vibrancy. Those are the ones that life goes for. But okay, guys, with that said and done, I am going to leave off here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.